Have you ever wondered how God seems to give some people exactly what they ask for? The ideal partner, the right opportunities, the flow of abundance, while others keep praying, affirming, and trying every method yet still feel stuck. The difference isn't luck or timing, it's something much simpler, something that's at play every second of your life. The real secret is your mental diet. Every teaching about manifestation, no matter how advanced or mystical it sounds, always leads back to this one truth. Your thoughts create your world. If you can control your inner conversations, you can control your reality. When you stay consistent with it, your entire life begins to shift in directions you once thought impossible. It's not magic, it's how consciousness works. A mental diet means being aware of what you're feeding your mind. Just like a healthy food diet shapes your body, your mental diet shapes your experiences. It's the practice of deliberately choosing what you allow yourself to think and feel. Your thoughts are the seeds that grow into the life you live. Manifestation is not about forcing things in the outer world or chasing signs. It's about aligning your inner world. Your dominant thoughts become your assumptions. Those assumptions impress your subconscious mind, and the subconscious faithfully recreates them as your external circumstances. That's why controlling your thoughts is the real work of manifestation. If you repeatedly think about lack or rejection, your subconscious will mirror that. But when you constantly nurture ideas of love, abundance, and confidence, your life naturally reflects those qualities. Your outer life is only ever a reflection of the inner one. You are thinking all the time, consciously or subconsciously. The mind never turns off. That's why manifestation isn't something you do occasionally. You're manifesting 24/7, whether you realize it or not. It's just like breathing. You breathe automatically without effort, but when you decide to breathe slowly and deeply, your entire body calms down. The same applies to your thoughts. Once you become conscious of them, you start controlling the rhythm of your life. This means mental diet is not a one-day practice or just repeating affirmations for 5 minutes. It's a lifestyle of mental awareness and conscious redirection. You must train yourself to think from the end, from the state of already having what you desire, because that end state is what manifests. People often say, manifestation doesn't work for me. But what's really happening is that they keep contradicting their desires with inner doubts. They affirm, I am loved, but deep down they keep thinking, why hasn't he called? They assume abundance, but spend hours worrying about bills and debts. This is like planting a beautiful seed in the soil and digging it out again every few hours to check if it's growing. You can't build a new life if you're mentally living in the old one. The outer world is simply a reflection of your state of being. To change the mirror, you must change what it reflects. Your conscious and subconscious mind work in beautiful harmony. The conscious mind is the gatekeeper. It chooses what you accept as true. The subconscious mind is the creative power. It accepts what you feed it and gives it form. This is the secret union that produces your physical life. The conscious is like the male principle. It impresses ideas. The subconscious is like the female principle. It receives and gives birth to them. The result of this union is your manifested experience. Every thought impregnates your subconscious and becomes a visible event. That's why your main responsibility is to feed your subconscious with loving, positive, confident thoughts. It never questions or argues. It just creates based on what you believe. So if your outer life doesn't look the way you want it to, change the inner conversation. The subconscious always obeys. The first step is awareness. Catch yourself when a negative or fearful thought appears. Don't fight it. Don't feel guilty. Simply recognize it and replace it consciously. Amanda from Create Your Future once shared a brilliant technique. Every time you think a negative thought, replace it with at least 3 positive ones. If the thought says, I'm not attractive, replace it with, I'm beautiful, I'm magnetic, and I'm desired. Repeat until you feel calm and neutral again. This trains your brain to form new patterns. At first it feels strange and unnatural because your mind is being rewired. But remember, repetition creates belief. Keep replacing, keep redirecting. Soon, your subconscious begins to accept the new story as your truth. Neville Goddard said, your inner conversations are the cause of your outer experiences. Your self-talk is the most powerful manifestation tool. So, ask yourself, if I already had what I want, what would I be thinking right now? How would I talk to myself if my dream were already real? If you were already in a loving relationship, you wouldn't wonder, why isn't he texting me? You'd be thinking, he loves talking to me, or we're so happy together. These kinds of thoughts confirm your desired reality. That's what it means to think from the end, not of the end. When you make such inner conversations habitual, your energy changes, your confidence rises, your emotions stabilize, and suddenly, your external world starts matching this new inner state. Many people affirm for a week and then say, it's not working. They forget that the current reality is a reflection of old thoughts. It takes persistence and faith to overwrite those patterns. You can't rush something that's unfolding perfectly in divine order. Every time you check for proof, you're affirming the absence of your desire. Let the desire be done in imagination and live as if it's already fulfilled. Your only job is to hold the inner story steady. The outer world always catches up. It has no choice. Once you understand mental diet, you realize how powerful it is, beyond any single desire. It's not just for attracting love or money. It upgrades your entire consciousness. It brings emotional control, peace, and inner stability. You begin to radiate confidence, and life mirrors that back effortlessly. When mental diet becomes your lifestyle, everything changes. You stop reacting to circumstances and start creating them. You stop depending on others for validation, because your self-talk becomes your source of assurance. That's true freedom, to live consciously instead of reactively. Staying on a positive mental diet requires discipline. You have to refuse the cheap pleasure of negativity, arguing in your mind, blaming others, or replaying old wounds. Every time you do that, you feed the version of reality you actually don't want. Instead, choose thoughts that make you feel powerful and loved. Make this your rule. If a thought doesn't support my desire, it doesn't deserve my attention. This single rule can transform your life. The more you practice it, the more aligned and peaceful you become. It's real self-mastery, not control over others, but control over yourself. Think of your mind as a garden. Every thought you think is a seed you're planting. If you plant weeds of fear and doubt, your life will mirror that. But if you plant seeds of love, success, and joy, that's exactly what will grow. Life always responds to the most dominant seeds you plant, so be deliberate about what you sow through thought and feeling. A garden filled with love cannot produce hatred. Your external world is just a harvest of yesterday's thinking. You might feel uncomfortable when you start redirecting your thoughts. It's the same discomfort that comes from breaking an old habit. Your mind is used to certain stories, and now you're rewriting them. That discomfort is proof that transformation is happening. So instead of resisting, welcome the feeling of change. Celebrate it, because you're growing into a new version of yourself. Every time you choose faith over fear, you strengthen your new identity. And the more you do that, the faster your reality begins to match it. Your present circumstances are just the results of past thinking. They are echoes, not predictions. So don't get stuck reacting to old manifestations. Start consciously choosing new thoughts today. Neville once said, "Your inner conversations advance into the future to confront you as good or evil." If your present life doesn't please you, you simply need a new mental diet. Change the conversation within yourself. Your world will reorganize itself around your new frequency. You've always been manifesting. Now, it's time to do it consciously. Feed your mind thoughts of love, gratitude, and confidence. Refuse anything that contradicts your vision. Be patient and trust your inner work. It's far more powerful than action alone. Your future is already forming through the thoughts you think today. So choose wisely, consistently, and lovingly. Keep your inner conversations pure and aligned with your desires, and watch your life transform into something magnificent. I hope this inspires you to take your mental diet seriously and apply it every single day. Remember, you are the thinker of your thoughts and the creator of your world. I will meet you with another video soon. Happy manifesting.